just wanted to make us a little something, something.
You know, you've been doing so good since you've been home. I want you to know that Big Mama is proud of you, too.
Thank you, Mom.
You got that?
Yo, Double C, what's up, man? I heard you was home. Well, let me know. How you doing?
The dialogue in this I thought was so well done. It flowed and escalated really naturally, and did a great job kind of providing exposition and depth into the relationships in this world while not, kind of sounding forced at the same time. I also thought that the turn in the conversation from friendly to argumentative was really well done and kind of left me wondering how far, these two former friends were going to go in this conflict, especially, when the gun was pulled out. I genuinely felt like kind of anything could happen between these two at this point. And at the end, I thought the fact that, they could kind of like settle their score and walk away, being even was great. Because even though they ended up, even, it also ended, with this sense of mournfulness at the same time, because it was like, though they might like call themselves even, you can tell that like they're clearly not in the same place that they were. And I thought that the way that, their relationship was kind of like followed and, explored in this was just really well done.
Simple but complicated premise of a man who is stuck between his past and his present, and knowing that the whatever decision he makes will completely change his future. And I think the actor did a great job. And I think when it's a character study like this, and we see someone being torn between two sides, you have to have a great actor, and he really carried it through. The score helped amplify his issue and the big dramatic question. And I think that the writing really helped tell the story.
This intro sequence is reminiscent from an older era to filmmaking. Many years ago, I actually worked on a film that was very similar to this storyline. Man gets released from prison, trouble afoot from his own squad, wants to be the support and good role model for his kid and the love of his life. And there was a line that stuck with me in this movie where it says, "Nah, not me. I'm gonna die for what's mine." And as this has a heavier ending than the story like we told, he gets to have this chance and opportunity to be there for his love and his child and not make the same mistakes as he's made in the past. Not everyone gets a second chance at an opportunity like this. And as we can see, some of the characters still have some hard lessons to learn. And I think in due time, these characters will.
The lead actor's performance is particularly good. You really see him struggle to stay out of trouble. I like the performance of his old buddy, too, very crafty and volatile. The writing in this one is really strong. There's a real sense that he could fall back into his old ways. Clever initial locations of the rather run-down area to set the tone.
It's just a great story. One that, even though we've heard retold time and again, it still always manages to capture our attention and our imagination and wonder of, which way our protagonist is going to go. That just being pulled in by the streets. We always love that kind of story, and they just do a really great job at presenting it to us here. There's a beautiful cinematic quality to this film. They just do a lot of great camera work.
This is a scenario that I'm sure plays out quite a lot for people, where they have to choose between an old friend and their current life, especially when it could be something bad like a life of crime. This film gives a lot to think about as well, where what would you do if you're in his situation? This friend is literally pointing a gun at him, which makes him not really a friend, to do something horrible. But he knows it could cost him his entire life. It really puts him at a crossroads. He's confused and just honestly between a rock and a hard place. The score helped really impact how this guy was feeling, because he wants to do the right thing, but sometimes we don't always know what the right thing is. It does take that extra voice to tell us.
I thought it was really cool to see what initially felt like a really familiar setup go in a direction that I feel like I haven't really seen before. I haven't really, I feel like I haven't really seen anyone take this, one last job thing and actually use it as sort of like a teachable moment. So I thought that was just a clever direction to take this sort of tropey story in.